Picture this. Your plane goes down. You wash up on a deserted island. No signal, no rescue boat, no snacks. But somehow, and don't ask me how, your car washed up right next to you. And it's a Rivian R1S. Congratulations. You just went from castaway to the guy with the nicest camp setup on the beach. Let's talk about why this specific EV might actually give you a 90% shot at making it out alive and looking good doing it. First thing you need on a deserted island? Shelter. And the R1S kind of already builds you one. This thing has a panoramic glass roof, air suspension that can lift the whole vehicle up to almost 15 inches of ground clearance, and a mode that literally levels itself out on uneven ground. So while everyone else in the movies is out there rubbing sticks together, you're parked on a slope. Vehicle perfectly level, sleeping like a king in the back with the seats folded flat. Because yes, fold both rows down and you get over 100 cubic feet of space back there. That's not a car anymore. That's a studio apartment with all-wheel drive. Now let's talk water, because water is the whole game on an island. You need fresh water, you might also need to cross some deep waters, and the R1S can actually ford water up to 43 inches deep. That's not a typo. Most crossovers see a puddle and start filing a claim. The R1S sees a small river and says, cute. So if there's a freshwater source across a stream, or you're trying to get around to the other side of the island to see if there's a signal, this thing isn't stopping for a little water. Let's get into power, because on an island, power is everything. Light, communication, keeping your phone alive long enough to update your family. The R1S comes in a few battery sizes, and the biggest one gets you up to 410 miles of range. 410 miles. On an island that's maybe 5 miles wide, you are not running out of charge. You are, in fact, sitting on what is basically a rolling power station. And that battery can be tapped for other things. Running gear, charging devices, keeping lights on at your beach camp long after the sun's gone down. Now, pros and cons, because I promised you insight, not just vibes. Pro number 1, this thing is an off-road machine. Multiple drive modes for different terrain, real ground clearance, tow rating up to 7,700 pounds, if you somehow find something on this island worth dragging around. A fallen tree, your pride after that failed coconut opening attempt. Pro number 2, it's fast. Even the base dual motor version does 0 to 60 in about 4.5 seconds. That's quicker than plenty of sports cars, which admittedly does not matter one bit on an island with no roads. But if a wild boar starts chasing you, you will outrun it in style. Pro number 3, comfort. Heated seats, heated steering wheel, quilted vegan leather, real climate control. You are stranded, but you are stranded in what is functionally a 5-star tent. Now the cons, because every hero has a weakness. Con number 1, this is a big vehicle, over 200 inches long. Not so great if your island has narrow jungle paths or tight rocky trails you need to squeeze through. Con number 2, and this one actually matters here, no built-in solar charging. So that 400-mile battery is a finite resource. Impressive, but not infinite. Eventually, if nobody's coming, you're on a countdown clock. Just a very generous one. Con number 3, it's genuinely expensive in real life, which, fine, doesn't matter when you're marooned, but it does mean if this whole situation started because your budget rental car flooded and got swapped for a Rivian by some cosmic joke, enjoy it, because it's not coming back. So here's the actual survival verdict. Shelter, check, and a nice one. Water crossing capability, check. Power for days, maybe weeks, check. Speed to escape anything with teeth, also check. The only thing this car can't do is float you off the island or magically summon a rescue helicopter. Everything else? It's basically built for this scenario by accident. Which brings me to the real question. If you had to pick one EV to be stuck on a deserted island with, is this actually the smartest pick? Or is it just the coolest looking one? Because there's an argument that something smaller, more efficient, maybe with real solar charging built in, keeps you alive longer, even if it looks less impressive in the group photo when the rescue boat finally shows up. But if survival came with a highlight reel, the R1S wins on style alone. You're not just surviving out here. You're surviving with a panoramic roof, heated everything, and a car that can casually wade through a river like it's nothing. So would you rather survive smart or survive like this is your origin story? That's the island test. 90% chance of survival, and 100% chance you look incredible doing it.